Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, people of the internet, and most particularly here on Twitch. Oh no, I lost my people. Where'd they go? Doesn't matter. We're all here now. Hello. I like how you guys are chatting to yourselves. That's lovely. They're gonna pretend they're not here now. I see what's up.
Oh, we're here.
Oh, they're here.
Ninja in the background.
Ooh, hiya!
You can find me hiding in the background.
Then racist Asian accent. Here I go. This is a good way to start off the night, guys.
Hey, quickest way to get banned.
Guys, we got a show tonight.
We do? Oh, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. You're here. Panda, hey, yo. Thanks for the little fox emoji. I like that. It's cute. Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's conversation. This is Topic of Conversation. I am David Cobb, aka Milkman of Bad Sniper Gaming and Entertainment. I'm joined by two lovely gentlemen. At least one of them is a gentleman for certain. The other one is a animated character who isn't actually real. Mr. Hawaiian Cobra and Mr. Illis 120. Welcome, guys.
Hello. I actually thought he was a gentleman, but we'll go with that.
It's kind of loud. Oh, it's louder. You guys are the music.
I mean,
anyway.
I can release the Polynesian and get real loud.
We're gonna turn the music down this time. We don't want that issue that we had before where nobody could hear Cobra because he's got such a deep, manly voice.
No.
Yeah, like that.
I'll bring it up a little bit, just for you.
All right.
Even that's still a little loud, I'd say, but that's fine.
Music's still a little loud.
Yeah.
I can turn it down. I just when I'm
We are
doing
louder than you, and the music is about the same level as you.
You're louder than me, and the music is the same level as me. Okay. So I need to turn my volume up.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe turn the music down by like maybe 10%.
10% is a pretty significant amount there. We're going to go ahead and do it by about 5%. How's that? Guys, we're professionals, so anybody watching, you can see that we're clearly very professional. We definitely...
If you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. And if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
I feel like doing it right would have been like getting it ready before we started, but you know,
That's actually a factual thing.
Whoever wants to be prepared, give me a break.
The Boy Scouts. There's other things that they like to
hear
do
it
that
all
I'm not
and
really
give
down
you
with.
feedback if you do it beforehand, so it's kind of hard.
Yes, actually, that's a good point. Maybe I need a more professional setup. Maybe this is just a little too ghetto, as it were. Oh, it is up somewhere else. All right, cool. Well, guys, welcome to Topic of Conversation. We have a fantastic topic tonight, which is brought to you by the one and only Adrian Tempish. Thank you, Adrian, wherever you are, for providing us with our topic tonight. We do have a very special background by a person who definitely didn't flake and forget to send a photo to me. Oh, wait, that's right. This is actually the same background that we had last week because... you know, I'm not going to name names. I don't want to call anybody out, make them feel uncomfortable. But yeah, this person definitely did not follow through. I am Very disappointed in him. Or her. Or they, them. So we got a couple of things that we got to go over before we get started. You guys have anything you need to talk about? Anything you need to get off your chest before we really get going here?
Yeah, I'm legally obligated as your attorney to remind you that you must start off with your disclaimer.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's definitely on my list of things to do, and I write down that list of things to do in my handy dad jokes notebook. So rest assured, I've got a disclaimer. I've also got some dad jokes for you tonight. Ailes, did you have anything you wanted to input there?
Nope.
Fantastic. Hey, what are you studying tonight? I'm just curious.
I'm studying, actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a class about academic success.
Fantastic. Are you being successful in it, or are you letting down your teachers, your professors? I don't think they like, at this level, I don't think they like being called teachers. They're like, I am a professor of such and such subject. Hey, Adrian, hey, there you are. Sup, Sugar? Oh, baby, I'm good. Everything's good.
Ooh. Well,
Sugar was the
listen,
name of my
thanks
first
about-
acoustic guitar. You probably didn't know that, but now you do.
I do now.
Sorry. You were answering a question. I was interrupting. Carry on.
No, that's okay. You asked if I was succeeding, and I was just going to tell you that thanks to about 20 milligrams of Adderall, I sure am.
Oh, fantastic. Care to share? Sharing is caring.
Yeah, I could use some of that
Ooh,
since the programmers abuse that shit.
Yeah, I'll ship it to you. That's legal.
There you go.
Yeah. It'll be
Perfect.
fine. Put it in
If
a-
you
in a red-
are a law enforcement and you're hearing this, please note that anything you hear is likely untrue. In that case, most certainly a lie. That will not be happening. So yeah, please don't arrest my actual real life brother for mailing a controlled substance via the USPS or whatever carrier he may or may not choose to use.
It'll be fine. He'll get a red panda. He'll stuff it in its cavity and ship it over. It'll be great.
I've heard they're doing that a lot more now, actually, when they ship like the opium and stuff from China. They're actually stuffing them into red pandas, and that's why there's been a real big backup in the Bering Strait.
Makes a lot of sense.
I feel like
Yeah,
there's multiple levels of that joke.
Yeah.
Tear down on that joke right there.
Before we
Anyway.
get any more weird, I should definitely go ahead and start that disclaimer real quick, guys. Guys, anything you hear tonight is likely to be offensive, so if you're easily offended, you can go ahead and fuck off. And if you use pronouns other than he, him, I don't care. I just want to let you know right now, I love everybody equally. And if you are so offended by something that I say or that anybody else here says, you can take that previous note and do with it what you please. Just don't do it here. So the opinions of the people who are going to be speaking tonight, which is mostly going to be me because, well, I love the sound of my own voice, are the opinions of their respective presenters. Presenters? Yo, he said he only cares about men. Why are you trolling the chat, homie? Oh,
If liking women
There it is.
makes me gay, then
yeah.
I'm gay.
I'm super gay.
I'm all the way gay.
All
Should've
the
known that
way.
was
I'm
coming.
completely homosexual.
Completely.
In every imaginable way, if that's what it means to be gay.
It's true. Thank you for that. Yeah. I did say he, she though, so to be fair, I wasn't outing myself there.
You definitely said he, him, and I know you meant to say he, she. You did not
Dicks
say
indeed.
that.
All right, now you might be right. So oftentimes when I say things, they just fall out of my mouth, and I don't really hear what's going on. It's like I black out, like, whoa, what happened? And they're like, that guy's a racist. I'd be like, I mean, that's not true. I hate everyone equally. That's an old joke. I know. Everyone says it. But yeah, so the opinions that will be presented here may or may not be true. They will often be offensive. They will contain swearing and talk of topics that are probably uncomfortable and or straight up inappropriate. That said, those are the opinions of their presenters and not necessarily the opinions of any other organization involved, including myself. My organization, which is the Creators Lounge, or David Cobb Consulting LLC. They're also not the opinions of Twitch or Spotify or YouTube or any of the other platforms that we may be reproducing these podcasts on. Council, is there anything I missed there?
No.
Sounds pretty good.
I think you did skip the part about we're not responsible for any kicked puppies.
Oh no, we're definitely responsible for that.
I told you
Whoa,
no.
whoa. You two are. You two. Anyway.
You two, what does Bono have to do with this?
Well, listen.
Okay. Can we kick
Ain't
the
bad.
foxes?
I don't know anymore. The foxes? I mean, you can, but I don't recommend it. He bites,
Damn it.
Is there a fox here?
from what I've heard.
There's a fox here. I don't see a fox.
Why
here.
can't I get this stupid thing in the right place? I also can't see chat all that well right now. Oh shit, let's go. I've been punting puppies all day. Yeah, Adrian, that's my kind of day. Shoot, it's the kind of day I'd like to have. Just kicking little shih tzus around. I said it. Kick the shit out of them shih tzus. What? There we go. Sorry, I was fixing the chat. It was in front of me. I want it behind me, so it's behind me now. All right. Yeah, so let's talk about what the hell we're doing here. Oh shit, I forgot to transition my other screen. Don't mind me, guys. I'm not very good at this. Actually, I don't think. Oh.
Everything is under control. We are trained professionals.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. We're actually not experiencing any technical difficulties on Twitch. Like, everything is golden on Twitch right now. But I do an additional recording on a vertical format so that it's easier to make TikTok and YouTube shorts and whatnot. So, your heart is a baked potato. You have 3 seconds to live. What's the last thing you say? I said that too fast.
I'm
I probably
kinda
could have.
curious.
I could have drawn that out a little bit longer, huh?
I'm just curious what the answer is.
Yeah, you
Oh.
maxed your mic there, homie.
Did I? I didn't know I could do that. Thought my limiter would get me.
You know what your
No, that's
problem
what I mean.
is?
Your limiter cut you out.
You're all brains. Not enough cock and balls.
I love that one. All brains, not enough cock and balls. That's fun stuff. So guys, topic of conversation, in case I haven't explained it to you in the past, is a little bit of a podcast, a little bit of a live stream, a little bit of a variety show for you here. But ultimately, our goal is to get you, the viewers, involved, and that is by any means necessary. We've got a number of actions that you can do, sounds you could put out there, such as Mr. Adrian Tempish, who clearly wants to decide next week's topic of conversation as well. We'll get you points. So all of these things will get you points. Interactions get you points. And at the end of our live stream today, we add up all the points, and the person with the most points gets to decide next week's topic of conversation. So other ways to get points are to share the stream, raid the stream, donate, which I don't ask for money or anything like that, but every little bit helps. Subscriptions are awesome. They'll also get you points. That includes your Amazon Prime subscription. If you have that, you are 100% welcome to use that. Someday we'll have enough money on this podcast to get a real studio and a real backdrop, so I won't have to worry about people flaking and not sending me photos for it again. Did I miss anything, guys? Was there something else? I feel like there was something else. Hang on, I've got it written down. I've got it written down on last week's notes. Hold on. Oh. Who didn't send a photo? I'm not allowed to tell that. That would be rude. I don't want to out them, and I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable. That's not true. I want
always feel
everybody I talk to
uncomfortable.
feel uncomfortable. Humble opinions. Humble opinions are the things that you're gaining for every 10 minutes that you are watching. You're getting 100 humble opinions. Just so you're aware, down underneath the thing here. Am I frozen? No, that's me.
Say
I'm
it,
good.
no balls, I double dog dare you.
Oh, you were frozen on my screen for a second, so you might have cut out for a minute there.
Say it, no balls. I double dogged it. You know the rules. Double dog dares.
And
I can
so
say no to that.
do I.
What? Say that again?
You know the rules, and so do I.
Cobra, is it just me that is having trouble hearing Aeolus, or are you having trouble hearing him as well?
We're
I
never
can hear
gonna
him
give
just
you
fine.
up.
You can hear him
We're
just
never
fine. You
gonna
know
let
what?
you down.
Screw this. I'm gonna fix this right now. We're going to drop down the music, and I'm gonna crank up the speakers that I'm listening to. I don't want a repeat of last. I was actually really disappointed in our last one, not because of the content. The content was fine. I mean, the last one that y'all were on. Just the fact that I couldn't hear a damn thing Cobra was saying. All right, talk again. I want to hear you. I want to hear your beautiful voices. Sing me a song.
Who, me? Little
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, little you. Why not? Sure, we don't have any weird filters on there. All right. I think that sounds all right.
I'm barely talking. Yeah, is that better? Am I talking like a normal human now?
Oh, you're actually putting your mouth up to the microphone, it sounds like. Congratulations,
Oh,
you're
I
not a
mean,
complete idiot.
Oh, well, I mean, I might be.
You might be, that's true. Who am I to judge? I mean, they are kind of low. Are they? See, now, they were telling me that they were too loud compared to me before. So, am I also kind of low? Adrian, an outside opinion. I'm waiting patiently. But, you know, Aeolus sounds like an edgy 12-year-old, so it kind of cuts through the low volume. You ever get that one, Aeolus? Edgy 12-year-old?
That's my first time getting that,
Wow.
but I'll accept it.
I'll give Adrian a chance to come on voice in a minute here and maybe explain what that's supposed to mean.
My King Dragon deck, Yugi.
What?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't get that.
Hmm?
Let's move on.
Someone does.
Yeah, we explained the rules, right? So rules, get points, be here, interact, and you will get to choose next week's topic. Second place gets to choose the background behind me. It's not always this super cool AI produced background that I got here. Down below in the About section, you're going to see a couple of little boxes. One in particular that is important, of course, is it will show you who is on top of the leaderboard. It also shows you the rules for getting humble opinions. I've got a lot of them. I'm happy to give them out. But yeah, more participation equals more opportunity to decide what we're talking about next week. That is the encourage participation portion. We're gonna go ahead and open up voice only guest requests. So if at any point you feel like you wanna,
go, BB, giddy up, motherfucker.
let's go, baby. I don't remember adding that one, but I'll take it. That's fine. Yeah. Go ahead and open up requests. So requests are going to be limited only to followers who have followed for a minimum of 30 minutes, and we are doing audio only, so sorry, we're not going to get to see your beautiful face, but we will hear your beautiful voice. Guys, am I missing it? I feel every single time I do this, like I have a list, but I always feel like I'm missing something.
You're probably fine.
I think you're on the right track.
I'm more than fine. I'm hot, baby. I think I'm on the right track.
Leo.
Set the air conditioning down about 3 degrees more. You'll be fine.
Ooh, yeah, I can dig that. Pushing all the wrong buttons right now. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. All right. Well, shoot. I mean, heck, if we're done talking about that, we're done talking about that. Let's get into it. Oh, wait, there is one more thing on the list here, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. You guys want to talk about the Creators Lounge?
Sure, why not?
Tell me what is the Creators Lounge?
You're asking me?
I'm asking
You're
you to
supposed to tell
explain
me.
it. I'm asking you. Come on, you know what it is, right?
I have no idea.
All right. So the Creators
Creators
Lounge. The Creators Lounge, ladies and gentlemen, is a community of creators by creators for creators. Right now, we are a robust community on Discord, and we are happily inviting new members who are creators of all kinds in the digital realm. So you can find a link below in the About Me section. Below me in the About Me section. And yeah, we'll be happy to welcome pretty much anybody who wants to join. You know, obviously, if you are an up-and-coming creator, we are here to help you to do that. My biggest goal in life is to help everyone and anybody who wants to succeed in some type of business venture to do that. So that is my expertise, is business management and marketing. So come have a chat. I'm always happy to talk to people and things and whatnot. Creators Lounge is a spot for creators to come together and work on content and assist each other in future expeditions in the creation of content. Sorry. I went with expeditions and I was like, ooh, that's a expedition to Antarctica, which apparently doesn't exist. Did anybody know that?
Didn't.
Yeah,
I
it
was
doesn't
told I was just supposed
exist.
to stand around it.
Like Pluto.
Yeah, it's just a wall. It just goes all around us. It's an ice wall. Did you know that?
No, not a clue.
Was aware of the theories surrounding the surrounding wall.
No. Those ones are
If you
true.
will.
Even the
they're
spicy
true?
ones, plebe. Plebe, am I saying that right?
You're plebeian.
Plebe.
Pleb?
Hey, when in Rome, right?
I think when shortened it's pleb, but it's actually short for plebeian. So
I'm gonna keep saying plebe then, because I don't believe in your Gen Z speak.
I'll accept that.
Okay, we're good then.
I don't get any of this.
Tonight's
Still not Gen Z,
topic
but
of
we'll move on.
conversation, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, is I don't know, I feel a little weird saying it out loud now because like I've been looking into it more and more, and I've looked into it in the past a little bit. But now it's kind of like, I don't know what kind of a stir this really causes on the internet anymore. You've seen it. Okay, I'm going to ask a question, okay? This'll lead into our topic a little bit, okay? The Monopoly Man, okay? Without using Google, does the Monopoly Man from the game Monopoly, does he wear a monocle?
Yes.
No.
So you got two different answers there. So that's very, very interesting. Aeolus, why do you say yes?
I distinctly remember him wearing a monocle.
You distinctly remember that. Cobra, any thoughts? Adrian also says yes.
I've never seen him wearing a monocle, but I do know the Mr. Peta. He's got a monocle.
Mr. Peanut does have a monocle. That's true. How about Curious George? Does Curious George have a tail?
Oh,
I should say in the image where he's just kind of standing there. Actually, it might not. Anyway, does Curious George have a tail? Yes, no. Curious George is a monkey, guys. Does he have a tail?
oh.
What?
I would assume he does.
Okay, so you're
but
just
I don't
assuming,
have
but
any
that's
serious source
that's
for
fine. Yeah, I've got other examples here. So, in case you haven't figured it out yet, guys, tonight we're talking about the Mandela Effect. Often referred to as that. That phrase was coined in 2009, I believe. We'll get into that a little bit more about the lady that kind of started driving that. What's her name? I've got it right here. Fiona Broom. Fiona Broom, if you want to look her up just so you know a little bit about her. But the Mandela Effect, guys, also known as false memory, right? So if you look it up, really the first couple things you're gonna get are like Forbes, Good Housekeeping, which I'm gonna use the Good Housekeeping one because they give some fun examples of it. So those were a couple. Was the Monopoly Man, and that's actually a pretty common one. The Monopoly Man. It all came from the idea that Nelson Mandela, if you guys know who Nelson Mandela was, right?
No.
Is
No. Is? Well, he died in
Yeah.
2013, but yeah.
I don't think so. Kidding. Sorry, I'm just playing it. Oh, sorry.
I know I know what you're trying to do there, though, because it's possible he actually died as a political prisoner back in the 80s. That's always possible as well, right? Here's a good one actually that I saw come up recently was when Luke finds out that Darth Vader is his father. What's the line? Not Luke's line, but what's Vader's line?
I'll let Aeolus go first.
Go ahead.
Luke, I am your father.
Is it?
Okay, I'll give Chad a second.
Chat? Or if O'Reilly's has a S or not. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Right?
Isn't just O'Reilly?
Okay, Adrian.
Nope.
Adrian agrees with.
Okay,
With-
the line is actually no, I am your father.
That's correct. Yeah. So, among other things, Aeolus is wrong again because the Monopoly Man does not have a monocle, and Curious George does not have a tail. Y'all can look it up on Google now if you want to. So that's the Mandela Effect. Okay, so it's essentially a collective false memory. It comes from the idea that Nelson Mandela, many people collectively remember that he died as a political prisoner in the 1980s, when in reality he was the president of South Africa from something like 93 to 99, and then passed away in 2013. Okay. So that's the Mandela Effect. The question is, what is causing this? Okay, so you've got two sides of the thing. So right off the bat, I mean, Aeolus, do you still think you're right about the monocle on the Monopoly Man? Because you said you distinctly remember it, right?
Yes, although I said that knowing the actual answer because I have studied the Mandela Effect and I was making the point. But
Well, I mean, I had a feeling about that. So,
which was the same with Star Wars. But
great.
Curious George one I did not know.
Yeah, the Curious George one. Here, no, look, there's a couple other. Let's go through a few other ones. Okay, we're gonna go through the ones on the Good Housekeeping website.
But okay, to
how
be
about-
clear, the Monopoly Man one, I know that he does not have a monocle because of studying the Mandela Effect. But I answered with the answer I would have given before I studied the Mandela Effect.
So what you're
Because
saying is it's one of the
I believe
examples
that
given?
he did have a. Yeah, yeah, it's regularly one of the examples given because I always believed that he had a monocle, and I know now that he doesn't. But that doesn't make sense to me because he should. He's always had a
Maybe
monocle.
he-
But
maybe
I
he
have a
did.
theory on it, which we'll get to. I have
Yeah,
a
we'll
theory
get-
on that, which we'll get.
Well, so there's another one that actually was going around on the internet a couple months ago. I saw it a lot. The Berenstain Bears. Berenstain Bears, Stain, or Berenstein Bears,
Berenstein
Stein.
That's the one that freaked me out because I watched that show every day as a kid, which I'm pretty sure you know I watched that show. All
I
the
do
time
know
as a
that.
kid.
Yeah.
I have to refrain
And-
from answering this one on the grounds that I can't spell. So even though I've seen it, I didn't know how to read it.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because in the TV show, right? They sang the opening song and they said the name of the Bears. And I watched that show every single day as a kid. and I distinctly remember them saying the Berenstain Bears every day on the TV show. And then you know what? I went back and I watched the intro again,
Right.
And what happened?
and they said Berenstain Bears, not Berenstein Bears,
Oh my god, that's
Beren-
annoying.
which is so bizarre.
That is
so
super
bizarre because
Are you
I watched it every single day. I was obsessed with that show.
Are you
And
sure
I
they
knew it
didn't
was
like go back
Berenstein Bears.
and re-edit it?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, if they
That's
did
what's
that,
crazy.
then they also had to re-edit the Monopoly Man and Curious George, and let's
cover
see.
to
Hey,
every
how about this
Berenstain
one?
Bear
How about
book
this one,
ever.
guys? Y'all like peanut butter, right? Everybody loves peanut butter.
Okay,
Mhm.
What's your favorite peanut butter?
Jeff.
You sure it's Jif
Agreed.
or is it Jiffy?
There's no Y
No.
on the end. It's
Now,
J-I-F.
I always thought that Jiffy rebranded to Jif. I thought that's what happened.
I kind of thought that
something
too.
along those
But
lines.
you know what? And
I'm
when
not-
we were growing up, our parents always bought Skippy, right? So, and a lot of people think that the one with Jif is like a combination of Jif and Skippy, Jiffy, right? Possible. But there might
You know, I
be
think
more
there's
to
also a
it.
problem with regionality because you guys got
That may be.
Skippy. I got fucking Safeway brand.
Safeway brand. They used to do
It used to just
Western
have a
Family.
Safeway-
Western Family was the Safeway brand.
Yeah, so it's not like I know what fucking Skippy is.
They sell Skippy in Hawaii.
Are you? Yeah, when you were here.
It was like 4 years ago.
Uh-huh. You weren't here when I was a kid when the dinosaurs were still roaming the island, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
That's actually another story for another day that has to do with time portals and whatnot. Because where did those dinosaur bones go? You gotta know.
I had to throw them all in the lava. What did you expect?
After you consumed their bodies for their mana.
It was demanded by Pele, okay?
She demanded a sacrifice of dinosaurs.
How
about-
you originally wanted a virgin? It wasn't available, so I had to go with the next best thing.
That's your fault, though, that there weren't any virgins available. That's what I heard anyway. That's the legend. The legend.
I went with the next best thing.
Oh, wait. Cobra. What, dudes? Oh, sorry. How about this one, guys? Looney Tunes. Spell that.
Again,
Oneytuines.
again, you're asking for spelling. I'm
Tuines.
Did I throw an I in there?
Looney
I think I was
Tunes.
also I think I was reading something else.
I love the Looney Tunes.
Minus the I. Minus the I.
Adrian, I'm curious.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
Well, this can't go on YouTube.
See you wiggle wiggle for sure and make me wanna dribble dribble. You know,
You know,
riding in my
riding in my
Fiat,
Fiat,
you really have to see it. 6 feet 2 in a compact, no slack, but like the little seats go back and go back and relax my mind. Sipping some red wine.
Okay, you're just gonna have to
Alright,
send
I
me
like
that
that,
and then
thank you.
delete it from the options because I keep forgetting about that.
No, you can use it. I can't post clips of it on YouTube. I can easily edit it out for the full podcast though, so it's not a big deal.
'Cause it's
So Adrian, you're wrong. It's Aeolus was almost right if he didn't throw an I in there. It is Looney Tunes.
Don't know where that came from.
TUNES.
Actually, I know
like-
exactly where it came from. I'm just
Wait,
dumb.
so like
Eight-
musical tunes?
Yeah, like musical tunes, right? Not like cartoons. TOONS, which would make sense, right? Because they're
No.
cartoons. You got to remember when cartoons and things like that first came out, they were all music based, right? It was all like you see like the silly symphonies and stuff like that Disney used to do back in the day.
Yep.
Same kind of thing. Adrian doesn't believe any of this. He doesn't care what Google says. Adrian, why don't you tell us what you think happened? Because
Adrian,
I'm.
get that mic out.
You think he will? You think he'll come on?
I don't know. I'm gonna goad him until he does because this shit is
Nope.
weird.
Oh, that was for something else. Right, my bad.
Okay,
is
I have a
weird.
theory on the Monopoly Man one, and I read this theory somewhere else, and I actually kind of totally agree with it.
Go ahead.
The Monopoly Man looks remarkably similar to the mayor from Powerpuff Girls, who does wear a monocle.
That's okay. All right. When
And I
did
think
Powerpuff
people
Girls
just
come around?
mix them up in their head.
That might not be
yes.
wrong. I mean, we'll go into a few theories as well. I mean, that's definitely one. So look, you got two camps, right? You got the folks on one side who
Maybe.
say, "Oh, it's a psychological thing. It's a type of they call it a social contagion." Absolutely not. I have a horrible stage fright, to be honest. I barely make it on Cobra's stream. Well, look,
Yeah, I
I'm a
don't
lot more
make him
friendly
talk
than
much fun
Cobra
of-
is. I'm more friendly, and I
Hey.
definitely don't ever make fun of anybody when they say stupid shit. So,
I thought stupid shit was required in this.
only from you, but it's more of a we can't avoid it.
Wow, so I was lied to.
Oh, ooh. So here, let's do a couple more, and then you know what, we're gonna take a hiatus because not a hiatus from the stream, but I forgot to do my dad jokes. I can't go too far on without doing those. But just a couple of other examples of the Mandela Effect. We had Curious George. How about the show Sex in the City? How about that one?
I'm not a 40-year-old cat.
Wasn't that show called Sex and the City?
Yes, it was.
No, it's in the city.
No, it was
What is
and
in
the
the
city.
city?
See, there you go. See, Mandela gotcha. That Mandela. How about Febreze? One E or two in the breeze part.
Oh Lord.
How
I'm
about
feeling like I was the
sing
wrong
me
person to hire for
sing
this
me
job.
the Oscar Mayer jingle?
With the words?
No, sing it. Yeah, sing. I want to hear it because you got to spell out Oscar Mayer for me.
Oh God, I don't even.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I never used to buy wieners.
But you're talking about whether it's
My
like
baloney
BI or
has a
UI.
first name. It's Oscar. My baloney has a second name. It's
I don't know.
Meyer or Meier is probably where we're going with this.
Meyer is the incorrect option. The correct option is Mayer.
Oh, it's MA.
Mayer.
I was totally off the
Crazy,
mark with that.
crazier. Oscar Mayer has a way with Bologna. It's actually Bologna, but don't tell President that. He yelled at me the last time I called it that. It's from
So
Italy.
I think you can chalk up a lot of it, right, to just kids not paying attention to things, because a lot of it is things you remember from childhood, right?
Maybe.
But the Nelson Mandela thing itself is not like a remembered from childhood thing.
Well, that's the hard part with Mandela, because if you were an adult or even a older youth in 2009, which is when this sort of started becoming a thing, he was still alive.
Right.
I mean, it would have been as simple as a Google search. Oh, and maybe somebody did and was like, wait, what? I thought he died.
Well, and the thing with it, because when I first heard about the Mandela Effect, from my understanding, it wasn't just like people were saying, oh, I remember seeing news years ago that Nelson Mandela died in prison. It was beyond that. It was like people in the prison with him remembering his death.
Tell me more about that. Actually, I don't think I read anything about that one.
That was when I first heard about the Mandela Effect years ago. The story was basically that the people who were saying that Mandela had died, many of them were people that personally knew him when he was in prison and remembered his death and were like remember mourning and that sort of thing.
What's your source?
I don't remember. That was years ago.
Oh, gotcha. Well, you know what? Let's look it up real quick. Nelson Mandela.
That could be completely false. I just remember the first time I heard about the Mandela Effect, that was the context.
Right. No, I mean, I get that. I mean, obviously it was completely false, but let's see.
Well,
Times Live
you
says,
know what I mean.
Yeah. Hundreds remember Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s, whereas we know he died in 2013 after serving as president of South Africa. Mandela Effect, yada 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 yada. Okay, this is actually talking a little bit more about Broom here. So Fiona Broom was the one who really kind of brought this up back in 2009, I believe it was. So she kind of coined the phrase the Mandela Effect because it had come to her attention that Nelson Mandela had not passed away in prison in the 80s. But obviously it's, extended out to several other things now. Pikachu, you guys are both Pokemon guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pikachu's tail.
Yeah. What about it?
Black mark, no black mark.
Oh, I recall black mark.
Do
Black
you?
mark? What are you talking about, black mark?
Like the tip of his tail, is it black? Or
But
not
I
black?
feel like that's the wrong
No.
answer. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to remember. That's not correct. But I do remember a black mark.
Cobra seems to disagree. Cobra,
No, it didn't have a black mark.
no black mark. Okay, Cobra's right on that one. Yeah, that was another one there. That's an interesting one, I think, because it's such a widely known character that, like, maybe the people who didn't know are the ones who are just like, whatever, Pokemon, I'm not into that. Maybe not.
I wonder. Oh, I wonder.
That's really weird. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, I bet it's because Pichu has a black tail.
That may be. See, now
Could be.
you
And
say
Pichu
that
was
like
something
there's-
around when I was a kid that wasn't when, Cobra would be more knowledgeable of Pokemon.
Wow. You
calling
automatically
you
assume
old.
you automatically assume I'm some nerd that knows all about some game that kids play.
No,
I
I
mean,
actually
you're
was just
right,
assuming
but-
the opposite, but
No, you'd be right, but yeah.
Hornswoggler? What's a hornswoggler? We're going back to cryptids now. I don't think I can handle that.
okay,
Black mark,
so
even though now it's okay.
My cousin Bigfoot was awful angry. You talking about him? I'm just gonna leave it at that.
So both Pichu and Raichu have dark on their tail, but Pikachu does not.
Yeah, Pikachu has a two-tone tail with brown on the bottom and yellow on the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Raichu does too, but it's definitely more prominent that it's a different color at the tip. And then Pichu's tail is black, and assuming the Mandela effect is not real, that's probably where people are getting the idea of the black on Pikachu's
Why
tail
would you
from.
assume that?
I'm just working under that assumption at the current moment because I have no way to know that that we've traveled between dimensions. And
What
therefore
if
have
I
to work
told
within the
you-
bounds of the dimension that I'm in?
What if I told you that they know exactly when the split of dimensions happened? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about one timeline split into two. People remember one thing being a certain way, and other people, and it's a conjunction of these two universes, and they know exactly when it happened.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say I always thought it was a glitch in the Matrix. We're just AA batteries at this moment.
Maybe. They have a more direct answer. You ever heard of CERN? CERN?
No.
Have you ever heard of a particle accelerator?
Yes.
Do you know what a particle accelerator does?
Makes things go fast.
Particularly particles. Yes, and the idea behind it is that they can smash these particles together at such a speed that it can discover smaller particles. This is how they found, well, I won't get into that because that's apparently really controversial. The boson particle, which is a whole different story entirely. But yeah, essentially they're trying to split particles or find new particles that they otherwise can't find, right? So the accelerator is 2 high energy particle beams that travel at close to the speed of light, and then they collide, right? So the beams travel in opposite directions in separate beam pipes, and then 2 tubes kept at ultra high vacuum. That's what the pipes are, and they're guided around the accelerator ring, which is super long. So the Large Hadron Collider, I think I say that wrong. It might be hadron. I don't care. It's 27 kilometers long, so it's, you know, miles around. I think it's something like that's like 5 miles or something like that around. They're actually in the process of building an even larger one to see if they can conduct additional experiments in it. But when they turned this on for the first time, it is said that this caused a tear in space-time, causing the Mandela Effect. What do you think about that? Wait, hold on. You know, if you get a job there, you can never drink as long as you work there, even off the clock. I mean, I get it. Well, I've got a thing against this, and this is something in science that kind of bothers me, because the Hadron Collider, for example, they didn't build it based on any facts that they could see. They built it based on, you know, mathematical equations that roughly equate to potentially there being these other particles, and essentially billions of dollars get spent on something that is looking for something that may not even exist. So that bothers me about CERN in particular, but that's just me. You know, I guess you got to start somewhere, and supposedly they've resulted in some fines within the last 10 years or so. So, you know, there's that.
By the way, apparently it's pronounced hadron.
Hadron. Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, no, that's just another part of the Mandela Effect.
That's
Good
right.
point.
I'm certain that I've heard it pronounced the other way. So that's that. What do you guys think about that, though? I mean, like universes and stuff like that, or even the possibility that something that is meant to, you know, study molecular physics could potentially have that effect.
I think anything's possible.
That's not true.
Is it?
Explain yourself.
Well, I think, you know, it's the sort of thing where there's so much that we don't know that, you know, how can we know that it didn't happen? You know? How can we know that that's not possible?
That's a
we know so little in the grand scheme of things that how can we know that that's not possible?
I don't know. That's a good point. Cobra, what do you think?
Equals MC squared?
The theory of general relativity, and that's actually on my list of things to talk about, because you've got general relativity, which is the basis of most of our physics, thanks to, you know, Albert Einstein. And then you've got special relativity, which is used to explain things like black holes and things that really on paper kind of add up if you manipulate them a certain way, but they have not been observable in the universe. Is that a good way to explain it? Does anybody else know enough about it to tell me that I didn't explain it very well?
I know enough about it to tell you that that's good enough.
That's good enough. And we don't even get me started on string theory.
Although I will say, when it comes to black holes, they have now been observed, and they're working on being able to observe some of those phenomenon that have been theorized surrounding them.
I'm gonna need a source on that one.
Yeah, that was recent. Let's see.
How do we know that the center of the Earth isn't just a giant black hole? Technically, we're just guessing that it's even made of liquid.
Well, actually, the center of the Earth is theoretically a solid.
Well, the center of
But-
the universe is the planet New Phenip, because that's a good name for a planet.
A good point.
Play with some shit that we don't get. Break the universe. Exactly. Exactly.
Wait, I thought everything revolves around the Earth.
It does, Cobra.
Yeah, because
Actually,
center of
the Earth doesn't actually revolve. It spins, and it's flat, and so it's just spinning around like a floating pancake. Except
Yeah,
it's got a
because
dome
I
on
am the
top.
center of the universe.
Oh, so the Earth is actually revolving around you as well.
Yes, I have been known to have my own gravitational pull.
You're telling me that you have enough mass to have a gravitational pull strong enough to hold the planet Earth and
Have you
every other planet around.
have you not
That's what you're
seen my
saying.
second cousin? Have you not seen my second cousin Konishiki? How can you doubt my superior gravitational pull?
I mean, look, I technically I can't. I mean, I have never measured your mass, and
You're going to need a really big tape measure.
I can't prove it one way or another. Well, I mean, look, you could just be really dense. I mean, all of your mass. You could be a black hole yourself, for all I know.
No, that would be my ex.
Okay, so it was 3 months ago.
All right, tell me about it.
Is that when we started measuring?
What?
Apparently, that's when we
think-
discovered what a black hole actually is. Although they know what a black hole is, generally speaking. But carry on.
Yeah, so basically, scientists used a bunch of different camera telescopes at various places in such a way that they magnified their effect and captured light in a specific way that they could see, quote unquote, a black hole, or rather they could see what was around the black hole so much
Right.
that they could see the nothingness that was the black hole, right?
Right, and that's exactly it. Is a
again.
black hole is not observable because it sucks in everything, including light. Light cannot exist.
Right, but in this case, what was happening was it was sucking in enough stuff that they could actually see the plasma getting ejected back out before getting sucked back in.
Well, that's
And so
interesting
they were
because
able to
I had
kind
a
of observe, quote unquote, the black hole.
okay, kind of. I get that, and a black hole can't be infinite, right? You can't have infinite mass. I mean, theoretically, sure, on paper you can, but essentially, a black hole is, it's it's not an absence of matter, but it's this matter is so dense and it has so much mass that the gravitational pull is the gravitational pull itself, I guess, is technically infinity, right? But at some point you can only gather so much mass because it's actually physical stuff that's in there, right? And it will eventually explode outward, theoretically.
Yep.
Right, and not just eject bits and pieces things, but it's the black hole itself will essentially explode outward. Personally, I believe that is what occurred in what we call the Big Bang.
I agree.
Is most likely we had a black hole type of entity which exploded
up the
outwards, and so
entirety of the
our
universe.
measurable universe is a product of that, but beyond that is probably additional universe.
There may be more.
But
Wait a
that still begs the question of space time and things like that, which
Okay,
again,
I
it's
have a
all
question on,
theories.
I have
That's
a
the
question on
Flash.
clarification here.
Sure.
So, what do you mean? You said there's no such thing as infinite mass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys obviously have not seen me at a Kiki's first birthday.
Oh, and they get that buffet out there, and they get the kalua pork, and the lomi
Lomi
lomi.
salmon, ooh.
Shoo, yeah,
Chicken long rice.
That's
Oh my god, and the
right.
lauau, the squid luau. Ooh, that dried aku. Oh, it's making me hungry.
All right. Well, listen. The theory stands. Then it is possible that Cobra is in fact a black hole, and has infinite mass.
We've already established that was my ex.
That's
We've
right.
established that I am the center of the universe.
How do you know that you weren't consumed by the black hole that is your ex, and now you actually exist only inside of that black hole? But your perception of your existence only amounts to what you've experienced thus far, and therefore everything you see around you is really just a figment of your imagination.
Oh no, you misunderstood. I totally believe I've been consumed. Have you seen my divorce papers? Holy crap.
What happens if a black hole consumes another black hole?
I'm not going to touch that one because that'll probably get me banned.
I don't know. I kind of want to hear that theory now.
No, I'll tell you in private.
All right.
Oh boy, love that.
I can tell you what, it's going to be some real dull scissors though.
Dull
What?
scissors.
Huh?
Shit, this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hawaiian Cobra.
Shared hallucination. Yay, I'm glad to have gone crazy with you guys. It'd be even crazier if you get your pretty voice up here. I want to hear that pretty voice. I want to hear some of your theories on this. Because here's the thing, Adrian, is you are, obviously the only one really in chat having a conversation who isn't also here on voice. And you got all of the Mandela Effect things wrong too. So I'm kind of curious what makes you think you're so right and that Google is so wrong. Tell me.
I'm curious why he assumes that we're crazy. What if we're the sane ones?
They put me in a room. I was crazy once. Sanity, I think, is all about perception. I mean, think about it. You put a crazy person in a room full of other crazy people and they're all normal. Right?
Which makes sense.
That's relativity.
It's all relative. Unless you're my family, then it's all related.
And then it's all related. Yeah. Messed up teeth and whatnot. You sure you're not from the Appalachians?
Look. Don't get it confused. Okay, you're thinking about the Eskimos. Okay, I've been to Alaska. Right. And they could make keys with their teeth. I had to
for the record, Cobra can say that kind of stuff because he's not like me and Aeolus. I'm a white guy and Aeolus is a animated character. Cobra can say whatever he wants.
I'm Polynesian. I don't give a damn. Look, I had to get into Canada some way. I went in through Alaska. Look.
That's true. They thought he was a Lucian.
No.
He was gonna ride a dog sled in, but the dogs couldn't pull him. Too much mass.
They tried getting me a ski, one of those, ski mobiles, but unfortunately, it just sank.
He didn't know how to run those dogs. He kept going like, "Oh, come on, go, you fuckers!" And all the Aleutians are
Adrian's going for it. This could go on for a little.
Is that right? Oh, what happened?
Yeah, no,
I can go on a little. We'll do it then. Let's go. Here, you know what?
When I tried to cross into the Canadian border at first, they thought it was a black bear, and they just let me through.
Because you're so hairy. I know, because of that time that you chased me down the river.
Will you stop talking about my ass?
Nope.
You're never gonna let me live this down, are you?
Nope.
This is what happens when you eat wild mushrooms in Canada on a moose farm that didn't have any moose.
Adrian, you're not the only Adrian Tempish on here, are you?
Well, he should be the only one.
Oh, this one's got a picture though. You got a picture or anything? I haven't seen a picture of you in some time. Let's see what happens here. Send an invite.
He's
Oh
got
yeah,
a
that's
picture
him.
on
That's
it.
him. That's him. I'm sending. Oh, he's in already. Okay, never mind. I don't need to do a request then. Let me remove that. Oh, Adrian's gonna join. I'm excited for this. Hey, welcome back.
I need to do
Alice.
the introduction.
You need to do the intro. All right, we're gonna let Cobra do the introduction. First I need to make sure I've even got audio for him.
Yeah, we probably should have tested this before going live.
Well, I know this one works generally speaking.
I just wanted to be the one to say it for this time.
Getting ready. He's getting ready. Hey, what about the Russians? How come they're not all Eskimos?
Because they ran into me when there was the ice bridge between here and Russia, and they went back.
Was that before or after you and I got lost there after our plane trip?
After, because they came up on me wrestling a bear trying to save you, and decided it wasn't worth the hassle, and they went back.
All right, hold up. All right, Cobra, introduction.
At the time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest moderators in all of Twitch, Adrian Tempish.
Adrian, you're live. He's talking. I don't know why I can't hear him.
Is it because you're in Discord and not in the backstage?
No. Oh, he's very
Did you remember to,
Absolutely not.
did you remember to push the button?
There he is. I can hear him
But I
now.
appreciate it.
Hello.
Alright.
He's got background noise. Hey, thanks for bringing people with you there. Really appreciate it.
That could be a possibility.
Hello, Mrs. Adrian.
Hello, Mrs. Adrian. All right, Adrian. Let's hear it. What's your theory? Why are you right and Google is wrong? Am I the only one who can't hear him?
Oh, I can't hear him. He might be adjusting his mic.
I think he is. I can see something coming through, but it's like background noise.
I mean, to be honest, it could be tied
I'm used to it, so.
Oh, hold on. You know what? I just remembered I have the filters on this one. Remove the fucking filters.
Yeah, you gotta remember to turn that. Yeah, you gotta take that shit off.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. All right, try again. Try again. I don't think he really wanted to be here. He's scared. Delay. Oh, it's the delay. Is that what it is? You know what? We're gonna do this then. You're getting kicked out. Yeah, go ahead.
I added him to the call.
Adrian, can you hear us now?
Yeah, just have him join Discord.
He's here.
Oh, you sent a picture of the mayor from Powerpuff Girls. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, and you said that the Monopoly Man didn't have a monocle.
Yep.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah,
That's because he didn't.
See where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
All right, let's let Adrian say something.
What am I supposed to say again?
All
Well,
right,
you're
well,
gonna
I can
explain
hear
to
you
us-
clear as a bell.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain to us why you are right and Google is wrong about these various things that you are certain of. You know, i.e. the monocle wearing Monopoly Man, or Curious George and his tail. Looney Tunes. I think you disagreed with that
I'm
one as
excited.
well.
I'm excited to hear this.
I mean, there's a number of people who remember it a certain way. And just because it's somehow changed now, I really don't think that many people would keep it with the same memory.
I mean, that's a fair point because,
Well,
it's not like
yeah,
things haven't been changed.
Look,
over
it
the
is,
years.
but the question though is why? Why would people remember it differently, and what is reality?
Oh God,
Misinformation is the one of the highest currencies the world spread.
yeah.
They keep us confused and divided over minor things like this stuff. I'm sure it makes it a lot more easy to manage.
Adrian's going down a
you're
different rabbit
saying-
hole. He's talking about a conspiracy. He's talking about like
Adrian,
whoa.
you're telling me they went through and retroactively changed the cover of every Berenstein bear book to say Berenstain bear. They retroactively went back and redid the song to put it on every video on the internet, all just to make people argue over it.
That's power.
I think
I mean,
we can time travel and they would have everybody understand something and know it is a certain way, and then send somebody back and change it. And now everybody who's introduced to it is like, oh no, it's this way. And everybody who was introduced to it before the event is like, no, it's this way. I remember it this way.
Okay, Adrian, we had this conversation. You're not supposed to let people know I time traveled.
Well, you already told us that when you told us about your interactions with the Russians at the ice bridge.
All right, now my cover's blown. I'm out of here.
He's going back to a better time.
Of course.
Back when he could eat white people and it was okay.
That's
For the
still
side of
okay.
right.
Greatest
What-
mod in
what-
the world. Ah, yeah.
Absolutely not.
And we did it with a side of poi.
With a side of poise. Well, all right. So let's go down that rabbit hole. Time travel. So look, okay, right now we've got basically three working theories, right? Okay, one is just actual misremembering. It's a social contagion. Psychologically, some people remember it one way. And then you've got the Hadron Collider idea, which is that there was a tear in space-time because of this particular incident. And then you've got the conspiracy of time travelers are fucking with us just to sow chaos.
Well, wait, what about mine? Remember what I said? We're just AA batteries in a fucking matrix.
Yeah. You're right.
Then
There's
could-
also that fourth totally legitimate theory.
Yeah, and I hope whoever's using me as a battery is using me effectively on something that vibrates.
Is it bad that I'm more inclined to go alternate reality than Matrix?
Absolutely.
I don't know why.
No, that makes perfect sense. Look, I like the idea of the Matrix. I do. I think it's a really interesting and clever idea, but it's also extremely impractical. You got to keep in mind that these robots fought us with nuclear bombs, which means they knew about nuclear fission, which means they could build their own nuclear reactors and would absolutely not need us.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
but,
Moving
but
on.
the power trip, but the power trip of having us as batteries, though.
Nope.
We don't have an actual working nuclear fission reactor. Nuclear power plants are just big steam engines. So there's
Tell me
that.
more about that. Tell me more about these nuclear reactors that are just steam engines.
Yeah, from what I understand, they just boil water, turn turbines.
That is not the way a nuclear reactor works.
Really? Educate me here.
So in nuclear, I don't remember if they use fission or fusion. I know fusion is what they use in the, well, they got fission bombs as well, but here, look. How does a nuclear reactor work? I can't
Fusion
explain
hasn't been
this as well.
achieved for power.
Whatever you do not Google that.
Fission
I
has
do
not, or
end up on
fusion
another
has not.
list.
Fusion
I
has
just-
not been achieved for power. They got a nuclear fusion reactor working once, but it actually used more power to keep running than it generated.
Well, yeah. There's no such thing as free energy.
Well, it's not free. It's splitting. Well, in that case, it's combining atoms. But
So free as in it costs less energy to make, or less resources and energy than it does to make energy.
But that's what
Oh,
he's
I
saying. Is
see what
it
you're
takes
saying.
more
No.
resources.
I
to
mean, like
create
they
less
were
energy.
actively sucking power from the power grid to keep the lasers running that kept the fusion happening. And so they shut it off.
You say potato, I say tomato. It's fine.
So
Wait, do I say
in
tomato?
a nuclear reaction, so most of the reactors are thermal reactors. They typically use water as a neutron moderator. Okay, so the moderator means that it slows down the neutron to a thermal speed, and it actually acts as a coolant as well. But it's acting as a coolant for these nuclear cores, right? But in a fast breeder reactor, some other kind of coolant is used, which will not moderate or slow the neutrons down, and it enables the neutrons to dominate. So essentially, the energy is created from the neutrons, and it's caused by the actual decay of these nuclear substances, right? So it's harnessed because that in and of itself is energy being expressed out of the usually uranium.
I didn't understand anything you just said.
Let's see. How...
Can you translate that to pigeon?
Okay, so the kind in the water
Okay.
is it's for make the power. Not the water.
Why
The
didn't
water
you just say that in the first
the
place?
water no make the power. The kind make the power.
God dang it. If it was that simple, you just should have said that.
I know. I just sometimes I forget how to communicate correctly. My wife is giving me a dirty look right now, and it is your fault.
Hey, I tell her if she like talk to me, she can, you know what I mean. She can follow out.
Nah, she never speak pigeon. She make like. No, now I'm getting a real dirty look.
Bad gets assassinated in his sleep.
No, right here on stream, you'll see it happen. What were we talking about?
damage.
Mandela effect. Yeah.
Mandela
Alternate
effect.
universes.
Yeah.
So why can't the multiple universe and the time travelers coexist?
They
See,
would.
that's what I was gonna say.
So hold on. Well, I just want to make a point of order here. Is they can, right? So ultimately, they would exist on the same level potentially. The conversation though is what is the point at which the Mandela effect was caused? So was it caused by essentially human means, or I should say, sentient means intentionally changing memories or the way that things are remembered? Or was it changed by accident in causing this tear in space-time? They could effectively
now hear me out.
coexist. It's just a matter of how did it start?
Hold up.
Hear me out.
Sentient.
Oh,
When did
sorry,
the smell have to do anything to do with this?
Okay. Hear me
Question. Very good question.
out. So
Go on.
they saw the particle accelerator, right? They start noticing anomalies appear. You know, issues with people's memory, Mandela effect sort of things. Then they go, interesting. That wasn't supposed to happen. How can we use that? How can we control that? Because guess what? That collider's still going. They're still setting that thing off all the time.
Yeah, I mean it's
I got-
not
I-
constantly going. Like they'll turn it on when they're actually doing studies and things. It's not like
No,
a
I
constantly running
know.
thing.
Well, my point is,
I-
if let's say that theory that they turn it on causes an alternate universe is right. Who's to say they did it once?
Or who's to say that in the course of studying it, they found these anomalies and say, hey, these are not naturally occurring. Somebody's been going in and changing things. Men with black suits at your door. Cobra, you better not answer that.
I better answer that. I don't want my door kicked down.
How come you never hear about the tar pits in California anymore? But
Okay.
when you were young, you heard about them all the time.
Everybody knows about the
deal with this.
La Brea tar pits. Everybody knows about that. What are you talking about?
All right, I'm gonna go deal with this, and I may be back.
All right, yeah. Hey, thanks for being here. We're gonna go for another 45 minutes at least, but we definitely want to open it up to anybody else who's just joining us. We do have voice chat open if you want to join the conversation. We are talking about the Mandela Effect, its causes, and some of the things that maybe you've noticed that are a little bit off. Adrian, I'm curious. Who do you think time traveled to actually affect that?
The only person I'm sure of that has time traveled was Trump's ancestor.
You said
I can't remember his name.
Trump's ancestor?
Yeah.
As in Donald Trump's ancestor?
Yeah.
Where did you hear this? I gotta look this one up.
Okay, let's go. What are we doing here? All right, I'm all in for this.
So, Nikola Tesla's invention and schematics were in a spot that was owned by Trump's ancestor. And supposedly, this guy went in and found certain schematics and took them. And a few years down the line, we find historical books written about an individual that was famous with the name Trump that is super old compared to what we have now.
Okay. I'm going to look more into that. Before I do, though, I want to recognize a first-time chatter here. We got a thought fader. White, you're more like a sandy reddish. I appreciate that description because I was definitely feeling a little more pale. So I appreciate you noticing my peaked skin tone. What about you, Thought Fader? How do you feel about the Mandela Effect? You know anything about that? Awkward silence. Oh, it's not silent. I got music going. I'll dance instead. How about that? So I do want to actually explore this Trump time travel thing a little bit more. Not because I believe it. Honestly, it sounds totally kooky to me. But I respect that you believe it because I respect you. But I do want to look more into it. Let's see. Donald Trump's raison d'etre for his 2024 presidential campaign and by extension the substance of the 2024 Republican platform should he be its nominee, which he's 40 points ahead of DeSantis. He's going to be the nominee. Became even clearer this week, even though apparently involves time travel. Okay, here we go. Countless new stories have already been reported. Trump remains obsessed with overturning blah, 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 blah. Okay, but that's has nothing to do.
Hear me out. It was Baron Trump. And that's why Baron is used as a title and not the other way around.
Isn't Baron his kid's name? Oh, it was Baron Trump who traveled. Okay, I see what you're saying. I was thinking it was like a Baron Trump. Like a Trump who was a baron maybe centuries ago.
This is my point. It was. But that comes from, the title comes from.
And that's why.
Like Caesar being the name of the king.
Right, rather than the name of Chavez, right? Cesar Chavez.
No, what?
Yeah, no, of Venezuela.
Because the King of Rome was called the Caesar, but that's because the first King of Rome's name was.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I mean, I understood that. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Caesar Chavez. Yeah, know, the first King of Rome.
And the Chavez. Salad, of course, and the salad, according to Hawaiian Cobra there. I gotta ask because I don't know how I'm really gonna be able to wade through all of the Google search stuff here. Adrian, where did you get that information?
I don't remember what podcast it was on, but the name of the person who supposedly did the time traveling was John D. Trump. It's Donald Trump's uncle.
It's his uncle. Okay. Wish my uncle would travel back in time and make me the president. I don't know. Aeolus, if any of our uncles were to time travel, who do you think it would be? Probably Dale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. John G. Trump was an American electrical engineer, inventor, and physicist. So he was born 1907. He actually was alive until 1985. That was John G. Trump, right? G like golf.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I heard John G.
John George Trump, born August 21st, 1907. I wanna post-war career. I mean, look, the Wikipedia page doesn't say anything about time travel. Looks like we've got, oh, here we go. Nikola Tesla timeline from Tesla universe. Let's see where that link takes us. Hopefully nowhere that's going to get my IP flagged. Nikola Tesla timeline. Important moments and events related to Tesla. I don't think this is relating at all. I love that picture. Y'all ever seen that picture of Tesla sitting in his lab, but he's got one of his big coils going off on one side, and it's all like he's just kind of sitting there like reading a book or something. I think it's such a cool picture.
All right, so everything that I'm seeing is that either Donald Trump or Barron Trump is the time traveler, and that he traveled back in time and took the name John Titor, or Titor, Titor. That was either Donald Trump or Barron Trump that did it.
Interesting. Episode, is this ninjas are butterflies? What? Who is this guy?
Also,
Sunday
Nikola
Cool.
Tesla helped, apparently.
Hugging aliens. Okay. Seems like a totally real picture. Dun, dun, dun. Grab me a DeLorean. Needs to be its own loop. All right, so we're just talking about stuff here that nobody else can see is on the screen. So he's the right kind of weird for that, except it would all happen in a dream for him that would actually turn out to be a portal to an alternate timeline. Okay. Which alternate timeline do you think? I know you know a little bit about alternate dimensions and whatnot, right? So I mean, what do we think? Are we thinking like a Man in the High Castle timeline, or I don't know, what do you think?
Okay, I think I got the whole Donald Trump theory.
All right, let's hear it. Real quick, what's your source before you get into it? I want to.
I think it's the podcast. I think it's the same source that Adrian has. It's a podcast you guys talking about.
This is the Sunday Cool podcast, right?
It's called Mindset Healer. Is
right,
the name of the page that.
All right, carry on.
This, but this could be from something else. Anyway, point is, okay, so when Nikola Tesla died, before he died, he said he had figured out time travel. When Nikola Tesla died, the person that was sent to recover things from his room, there were a bunch of trunks left in his room, and the person sent to his room to recover those trunks was John G. Trump, right? Okay. And the idea is basically he took Tesla's information, somehow used his resources to reverse engineer or to engineer a time machine based on Tesla's information and went back in time. And the proof is that there was a book published in the 1800s called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Adventures.
That's the one.
And so the idea is that Baron is the one who ended up time traveling using his great uncle's time machine. And then he wrote a book about his adventures, which is about a boy named Baron Trump time traveling from the future into the 1800s.
Well, I mean, hey, that's definitely circumstantial, but evidence nonetheless, right?
It's something. Like in a being John Malkovich kind of way, yeah.
Yeah, John Rockwood. You're right. So what was the book called? Baron Trump's.
It was like Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Adventure.
Marvelous. I want to find this book. I want to read it now.
Marvelous Underground Journey. Actually, there's a whole series of Baron Trump stories from the
1800s. Yeah.
Is that right?
1800s.
I wonder who publishes them. Here we go. The Baron Trump collection. You can get it on Amazon. Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump and his wonderful dog, Bolger. Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. The Last President, or 1900. This one was published in 1890. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I have to have a look at that. The story for another day, I think. Interesting rabbit hole. That's gonna keep me up at night for the rest of the week. Well, Adrian, I appreciate you jumping on and giving us some insight into that. I really think you've done your part in adding to this conversation. So thank you.
Good pride.
The Travel and Adventures of Little Baron Trump. Is that a different one? Baron Trump, Marvelous Underground Journey. Yeah, it's something else. That's right. Nope, COD will keep you up tomorrow night. Yes, that's true.
It's Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Although I'm not seeing anything about time travel. He finds a thing, goes to Russia, goes underground, and discovers a hidden world. And I guess people are saying that what he's actually saying is that he traveled through time and is covering it up through other things. I don't know. It's silly.
Let's look into its author, though. Its author is Ingersoll Lockwood. So who's this guy?
I've heard that name before.
No, you're thinking of Edelbert Humperdinck.
Oh, you know what? Good point.
I just lost my train of thought, thinking now on an Eddie Izzard sketch. Engelbert Humperdinck, that's his name. The musician, he's a singer. That's not his real name. Don't ask me, ask Eddie Izzard. What's this guy's name again? I lost my entire train of thought just now.
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Thank you. Ingersoll Lockwood.
Yeah. He was born in New York.
Lockwood. Wasn't Lockwood one of the bad guys in the Sherlock Holmes? Wasn't Lockwood the guy that died and came back to life in the first movie?
I thought that was Blackwood.
Blackwood, that's right. Okay, you're right. Ingersoll Lockwood, time traveler from the early 2300s. Just kidding. That's not what it says. He was an American lawyer and writer. He wrote children's novels, including the Baron Trump novels, as well as the dystopian novel, The Last President, which was a play. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's a comma there. The Last President. And then he also wrote a play, doesn't give the name of the play, and several nonfiction works. He wrote some of his nonfiction under the pseudonym Erwin Longman, which we all know what that's reference to. That's right. Long arms. They were ape men. They were the ape men from the Amazon, actually. So we know what really happened there. This entire conversation is going to give me some kind of syndrome. I hope that's the case, you know? I hope that we can have that kind of impression on your life. All right. So back to the Mandela effect, though.
I'm in the thick of it at this point. Oh my gosh, I am down this rabbit hole. Sorry. Yeah, Mandela
that's okay. No, that's right where you should be. Give us more conversation for the rest of the week and next week. But so the Mandela effect, though. So I mean, look, there's a lot of evidence that points to it being psychological in nature. Correlations between characters that people have collectively misremembered. But then, as we see here, there's obviously the potential for Time travel. Here's the thing: when I get into time travel and like human interference with this kind of stuff, it always comes down to why. You know, and I understand you explained the idea of sowing discord or pitting people against each other. You know, I think there's plenty of stuff in the world right now that is pitting people against each other. It just seems superfluous. Just my opinion. Well, generally speaking, though, I mean, most people don't just do things because they can. I mean, nowadays we do a little more, and certainly as the free men and women of the United States of America, we do have a little bit more of that attitude of, well, you can't make me do anything I don't want to, right? You don't even know what that word means, superfluous. I do know what that means. If you'd like, I can give you a rundown, not an exact definition, but I will give you a rundown if you so desire, if you'd like to include it in your own vernacular. But yeah, so I don't know. For me personally, it's hard to believe that somebody would do something so exuberant that it would just be, we do it because we can, right? Superfluous means that it's been done before and doesn't need to be done again. I mean, essentially, it's like redundant. It's something that was there's no need for the thing. So Milkman is actually a well-read person. You wouldn't think that with his huge forehead. No, I gotta have a huge forehead to fit all this brain inside. I do want to just comment on that real quick, just in case anybody's wondering who this fat fader person is. He is in fact, oh, shut up. Well-read. I wasn't sure he could actually read it all. That's actually true, and he should know because he is actually my older brother. He's also Aeolus's older brother. Whether he's an actual human or an animated character, I don't know. I've never actually met the guy, so yeah, there's that. But yes, if you're looking for somebody to come in here and trash talk me, he's the guy. He'll definitely help you out with that. I should point out though, he doesn't get along well with Gen Z outside of his own children. So just FYI, you've met a version of me. Yeah, well, I have, and who knows? I mean, honestly, that could just be a product of the Mandela Effect. Actually, I don't know what I've met now. What was that?
I said I see everything in 2D.
That's right, you see. Well read or wheel bred. Wheel read. Cobra, listen, later on this week, you and I will get together. We'll go through some English lessons, okay? Just proper spelling, grammar, punctuation, things like that, okay? I got you, boo. Don't you worry. As you can see, this conversation is breaking down quickly.
I'm lost.
I am going...
Time traveler.
What was that?
John Titor is a time traveler from 2036, and some believe that he's Donald Trump.
Oh, there you go. White bread. There you go. White bread. Wheat bread, white bread. No, look, I was told I'm not pale, okay? I am peaked. That's healthy. That's white speak for healthy skinned. I made that up. That's not true. And also, Fat Fader's not actually my brother. He is a complete stranger who I don't know how he even found out about this podcast here. But we'll have to have him on sometime. I know he's got some interesting ideas. I know this because I make a lot of stuff up, and so I'm putting those ideas in his head right now. Or am I time traveling and putting them in his head as a child so that he can come here and enjoy conversation with us tonight?
Or are you inadvertently putting it in his head by smashing atoms together in a collider? And
I actually do. Yeah, I have a large hadron. I've heard it both ways. Collider underneath my house, which, by the way, I own. It's a very large property. So Ripperoni hates the podcast. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But Ripperoni's a douchebag, so Ripperoni can go fuck himself.
What?
I stumbled across it. I'm sorry I did. We're all sorry you did as well. But hey, you know what? You're here now, so thanks for being a part of the conversation. Do we have any final words? Anybody want to take a couple of digs at me, or Aeolus, or Hawaiian Cobra, or anybody else? Donald Trump. I know a lot of people have opinions on that guy. Before we get into our closing stuff here, we are gonna get ready to announce who gets to pick next week's topic in just a minute. FYI, my favorite Gen Zer is watching. I wish I had that information earlier. But you know what? It is what it is.
We're here now. We're here now. That was heard.
What?
Spoken, even.
Yeah.
Words were said.
It has an 8. Oh, wait. That's... Dang it. Got a disclaimer. You missed the disclaimer. That's not my fault. All right?
We have a disclaimer. It's true.
There was definitely a disclaimer. Let's see. What am I looking at? I'm looking for our stream elements. So if there's
really more of a character he's playing.
Really? This is mostly just who I am.
Shut up, I'm trying to.
All right. Okay. All right. So if you're not familiar with the rules, if you just picked the topic this week, you can't win it 2 weeks in a row. And actually, the rule is really you can't pick it in the same month. So sorry, Adrian, while you did get the most points, I am going to have to say, sorry, you're not going to be able to pick, but you do get an automatic placement in second place. So you do get to pick my background, which clearly the ball was dropped on it this week. And that's why I had to fend for myself. But we'll let you go ahead and pick it. We need the T. What's your favorite one? Wait, what? My favorite Gen Zer is... Oh, what's that mean? Oh, don't worry about that. I'll get your background once I know the topic so I can make it match. I like that. That's good. I'm going to tell you right now, though, we probably will not know the topic tonight. So our next in line is Kata. So Kata, the way that we're working this now is if you are in the chat still and you are listening, you are welcome to put in the chat what you'd like our next week's topic to be. If you're not comfortable with that, that's totally fine. You're welcome to email me at milkmanbadsniper@gmail.com. My mod's going to go ahead and put that in the chat for you. Rule of that is I do have to receive your selection by... Oh, we're doing this Wednesdays now, aren't we? I'm going to want to receive the selection by Sunday night. And if I do not receive it by then, I am going to have to go ahead and pick my own topic. So, yeah, you can go ahead and just email it over to milkmanbadsniper@gmail.com. Spelled exactly how it sounds. And my mod's going to put that up in chat. My mod's going to write that into chat, and it's going to be there so you could see it. And even just click on it if you want to. It's going to be there.
Gmail?
Super soon. Milkman. Bad Sniper why is it editing it at gmail.com? There it is.
Because he's not a mod.
Oh, because you're not a mod. You can't do @. Got it. The man does indeed have a ponderous forehead. I would call it a wondrous forehead, actually. It's
certainly a thorough one.
Brings wonder to many. As we close this whole thing out, I just want to give a big shout out, of course, to Mr. Hawaiian Cobra, who is no longer with us. God rest his soul. You can catch him streaming on the regular here on twitch.tv Hawaiian /Hawaiian_Cobra. We'll get a link to that up here in the chat in just a second as well. I'm actually using it for dry fire practice right now. That's actually 100% true. I don't doubt it in the slightest. I wonder as to how so much air fits. It's not air. I'm telling you right now, like my prefrontal cortex is just so enormous that my skull actually had to grow bigger just to fit it in there. It's true. Also, a huge thank you, of course, to Mr. Aeolus120, who is my real life actual brother. He also streams right here on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Aeolus120. Aeolus, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we sign off here?
No, sir.
No,
great.
sir, but do check him out. As he streams sometimes. So, yeah. As always, guys, don't forget to check out the link down below. Not below me, but below the screen here. There's links for the Creators Lounge Discord. I highly recommend you check it out. We are a group of creators. The conversation, the community is a community of creators by creators for creators. So if you're a creator in any way, whether it be he is a millennial. That's true. Are you talking about me? You know what? Suck it. Suck it. The Creators Lounge. Yes. Check it out. Discord, if you are a creator, whether it be digital or otherwise. Generally, we kind of lean towards streamers and gamers, but definitely come and say hello and be a part of our family. In addition to that, there was something else that I was going to say. I can't remember what it is, but you can catch the recording of this podcast. It will be rebroadcast on Spotify starting on Monday morning at 5 a.m. So if you did miss some of it, you can always catch up on it. There's definitely a lot of stuff that we said that was super important and most likely life-changing. Also, check out, that's Spotify /Milkman BSGE, I think. The link's down below somewhere. Definitely also check out our TikToks. That's going to be tiktok.com/milkmanbsge. Easy enough to remember. I am doing shorts on there on the daily, as long as I can find decent content, which with the idiots we've had in the chat today, I'm just kidding. You guys aren't idiots. I love every single one of you to death. And definitely check that out because they're a lot of fun. You can comment on them. You can continue making fun of me on any of these platforms, which is a lot of fun. Check it out on facebook.com/milkmanbsge and YouTube. We're also going to be doing shorts on YouTube as well as rebroadcast of the full episode also on Monday. So if you want to check it out on YouTube or Spotify, you can check it out there. That's it, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for participating. I did want to raid a particular person today because it's her birthday. Aeolus, I think you know who it is.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go ahead and raid little Miss Chihiro-san, who is playing Valorant still. What's that?
I think she's switching to Final Fantasy 16 pretty soon.
Yeah, probably. I know she's doing a 12-hour stream right now for her birthday. So whatever she's doing, it's going to be fun. And she is just a little ball of energy. You're going to love her. So brace yourselves. Here we go. I always do that a little too soon. So now I'm waiting. And here we go.